If you think you still have time to prepare for the artificial intelligence revolution, you might need to rethink that. AI is no longer a distant technology restricted to laboratories and specialists. It is already among us, silent, efficient, and fast. In companies, schools, clinics, shops, and even in small domestic routines. It is already being used to create content, automate tasks, generate reports, plan strategies, and even make important decisions that previously depended exclusively on people. Maybe you haven't felt the impact directly yet, but he's coming. And for many women, it has already started. Think carefully. How many tasks in your daily professional life are repetitive? How many times have you had to respond to the same emails, make the same presentations, generate the same reports, or review manual processes? AI already does all of this, and in many cases, better, faster, and cheaper. A recent study by McKinsey Company revealed that up to 30% of hours worked in the United States could be automated by the year 2030. And these are not theoretical projections. This transformation is already underway. And the most worrying detail, many of the positions most vulnerable to this automation are occupied by women. Professions such as administrative assistant, attendant, content producer, writer, teacher, social media, and even management positions are at the forefront of this change. But here's the truth that few people are saying clearly. Artificial intelligence can, indeed, pose a threat to those who are not prepared. But it can also become your greatest ally in your professional life if you learn to use it to your advantage. This video is an invitation for you to see what is coming more clearly. And more than that, it is a guide for you to understand how to position yourself in this new scenario with intelligence, strategy, and attitude. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 5 biggest trends in artificial intelligence for the next few years. Trends that are already transforming the market, redesigning the profile of professionals who will be valued in the future, and creating new possibilities for women who want to grow, innovate, and gain more freedom. And no, you don't need to be a technology expert to follow this. What you need is information, a vision of the future, and a desire to learn. If you feel like you are falling behind, that the market is changing too quickly, that your profession is perhaps not as safe as it seemed, know that you are not alone. Many women are experiencing this same feeling of insecurity and confusion. But those who understand the game now still have time to change their own destiny. At the end of this video, I'll show you a trend that is still going unnoticed by many people, but is already being used behind the scenes by big companies and smart entrepreneurs. This trend could turn into a huge opportunity, especially for women looking to create authority, generate income authentically, and build something that truly represents who they are. So stay with me until the end, because what you will hear here today could completely change the way you see your work, your future, and your role in the world of artificial intelligence. A recent report by McKinsey Company revealed information that should raise an alarm in all of us. By 2030, around 30% of hours worked in the United States could be automated. This means that millions of tasks that are currently performed by people will be done by machines, algorithms, or artificial intelligence systems. But this number alone does not say everything. To understand the real impact of this change, we need to take a closer look at who is in these roles. And when we do this, one thing becomes clear. The majority of positions at risk are held by women. We are talking about areas such as customer service, digital marketing, administrative support, teaching, human resources, and even content production. sectors in which the female presence is dominant and which are being profoundly restructured with the massive entry of automation. In customer service, for example, the use of intelligent chatbots is growing rapidly. Large companies are already using trained AI assistants to answer questions, handle complaints, and even resolve complex problems, all with fast, personalized responses available 24 hours a day. This means that roles that once seemed essential, such as customer service agents, call center operators, and support assistants, are being downsized or reconfigured. In marketing, the change is even more visible. Artificial intelligence tools can now create advertising campaigns, write advertising texts, set up sales funnels, generate content ideas, and even produce videos complete with script, voiceover, and editing. This puts roles such as writers, social media, content analysts, and even strategic positions in communication agencies at risk. Many women working in these sectors are already feeling the pressure of AI, even if they have not yet been directly replaced. In administrative support, the transformation is equally profound. Tasks such as organizing schedules, responding to emails, controlling spreadsheets, issuing reports, and monitoring bureaucratic processes are being automated with AI systems that learn patterns and execute routines much faster and more accurately. And here, again, women are the ones who most occupy these positions. And it doesn't stop there. Artificial intelligence is also advancing in creative functions, such as graphic design, audio-visual production, script writing, and even illustration. Tools such as image generators, automatic video editors, and platforms that create visual content from simple commands are gaining ground. This creates a feeling of real threat in professionals who previously felt protected by the human and creative nature of their work. But perhaps the most worrying point is the entry of AI into management functions, decision-making systems, intelligent dashboards, predictive analytics, and strategic automation are beginning to take over the space of supervisory and coordination positions. And that changes everything, because we're no longer just talking about operational tasks. We're talking about the organizational structure itself being redesigned. It is at this moment that the question needs to be asked: where are you within this scenario? Is your role repetitive? Can your tasks be systematized or followed by standards? Does your work depend on creativity, intuition, and critical analysis, or on predictable execution and operational routines? These are issues that can no longer be avoided. And here's a detail that few people talk about, but that can make all the difference. Big companies already know all this, and they are preparing in silence. They are investing heavily in automation, hiring digital transformation consultancies, creating their own AI assistants, and developing internal solutions to cut costs and gain efficiency. But even as they do this, many of these companies are not clearly communicating to their employees what is about to happen. They are hiring professionals with AI skills without making a fuss. They are quietly eliminating functions, replacing entire sectors with automated systems without announcing major changes. Why is this movement happening with so much reserve? Because this is a sensitive change, which affects not only the structure of companies, but also the confidence of professionals. And in this type of scenario, whoever has the information first has power, and those who don't have it run the risk of being caught by surprise. But there's another side to this reality, because if on the one hand artificial intelligence is replacing functions, on the other hand it is also creating new opportunities. And this is precisely where the part that no one is telling you clearly comes in. Women who understand how these tools work and how they can use them to increase their productivity, scale their business, or even pivot their careers will come out ahead. And not only will they survive, they will grow. Think about this. Instead of competing with AI, what would happen if you used AI as your ally? What if you could automate the boring and repetitive parts of your work, freeing up time to think, create, innovate? What if you could position yourself as a professional who not only dominates your field, but also understands the new technologies that are shaping the future? This is the new professional profile that the market is looking for. People who are not afraid of technology, who do not wait to be trained by someone, but who seek knowledge, who know how to use AI to generate value and not to depend on it. The good news is that learning these tools has never been more accessible. Today, with just a few clicks, you can start testing, exploring, and using artificial intelligence platforms in different areas. And you don't need to understand programming or be in the technology field. What you need is strategic vision. This is the key turning point, leaving the role of passive user of technology and becoming the protagonist of your own professional transformation. Artificial intelligence didn't come to steal your place. It came to show you who's ready to take the next step. And what follows in this video is exactly that. I will show you what the 5 strongest AI trends are for the coming years. Trends that not only point to the future of the market, but also reveal concrete paths that you can follow from now on to transform risk into advantage, insecurity into preparation, and threat into opportunity. Because whoever knows how to lead this transformation will not only guarantee space in the new market, but will also create the rules of the game. Now that you understand the real impact of artificial intelligence on the job market, it's time for the most important part: what you can do with this information. Because, yes, it's true that many jobs are being automated, but it's also true that new possibilities are emerging every day. And these possibilities are not just for programmers, engineers, or scientists. They are also for you, a woman who wants to grow in her career, undertake, reinvent herself, or simply work with more freedom and purpose. Next, I will present you with the 5 biggest trends in artificial intelligence for the coming years. Trends that are shaping the future right now and that offer real paths to personal and professional transformation. These trends have something in common. They are all accessible, even for those without technical training. With them, you can start from scratch with the right tools and see results in your daily life. Let's go to the first one. Trend number 1: AI and personal influence. In recent years, we have seen enormous growth in influencer marketing, digital courses, online training, and social networks as sources of income. But producing quality content requires time, structure, and often a team. This is changing. Tools like Synthesio are enabling anyone, literally anyone, to create professional videos using realistic avatars that speak for you. You type the script and the platform creates the video with a virtual presenter who looks human, speaks naturally, and connects with the audience in a professional way. This means that you can create classes, sales videos, presentations, tutorials without having to record with a camera, without worrying about makeup, lighting, or editing. It's like having an entire production team at your disposal, only inside your computer. This trend is powerful for educators, coaches, content producers, and even shy women who want to position themselves digitally, but don't yet feel comfortable in front of the camera. AI is making room for your message to reach the world with quality and scale. Trend number 2: AI for creativity and design. If you work in fashion, graphic design, visual, production, branding, or social media, pay attention to this. Artificial intelligence isn't just automating repetitive tasks. It is also expanding our creative capacity. Tools like Create AI are revolutionizing the way we create images, concepts, and visual styles. With it is possible to generate scenarios, color compositions, graphic elements, and even complete mood boards based on simple commands. You describe what you want, and the AI delivers dozens of visual ideas, testing combinations and formats in seconds. For those who work with visuals, this means accelerate processes, expand repertoire, and innovate more frequently. It's like having a creative arm available at all times to help you turn ideas into reality. And for those who are not designers, but want to create a visual identity for their business, product, or social network, this is a golden opportunity. You no longer need to hire an agency or spend weeks studying Photoshop. With tools like this, you can start alone and with incredible results. Trend number 3, visual automation with artificial intelligence. Creating video content is one of the most effective strategies for standing out online, but also one of the most labor-intensive. Between thinking about the script, recording, editing, subtitling, and publishing, many women end up giving up. And that's exactly why this trend is gaining momentum. With platforms like Pictory, you can automatically transform text into videos. That's right. You take an article, an idea, or even a blog post, and AI transforms that content into a video with narration, images, cuts, and even subtitles. This tool is perfect for anyone who wants to create videos at scale, for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or even to sell digital products. It allows you to maintain a consistent online presence, even if you don't have the time or technical knowledge to edit videos yourself. More than that, this visual automation helps you position yourself as a reference in your niche, maintaining frequency and quality without needing to assemble a team. It's productivity, reach, and authority, all rolled into one. Trend number 4, the voice business revolution. Audio is becoming one of the most consumed media in the world. Podcasts, audiobooks, audios on WhatsApp, voice calls, and artificial intelligence is radically transforming this universe. With tools like Eleven Labs, you can create ultra-realistic voice clones in various languages, tones, and styles. You can record a sample of your voice, and from there, the AI generates audios with any content you want, maintaining your intonation, your way of speaking, and your identity. For those who have a podcast, teach classes, sell via voice, or want to offer more human experiences in automated services, this is a revolution. Imagine being able to record an entire course just by writing the content and letting the AI narrate in your own voice. Or create personalized messages for customers with naturalness and connection. This trend also opens up space for scalable audio-based business, such as training, mentoring, personalized audiobooks, automated services, and much more. It is a resource that brings scale without losing the essence of your communication. Trend number 5, personalized AI as a style and decision-making assistant. This trend may seem futuristic, but it is already in full development. Platforms like Veil and Delve are offering hyper-personalized recommendation experiences. They are like virtual consultants who learn about your tastes, your goals, your lifestyle, and help you make decisions that are more in line with you. In practice, this means that these AIs can act as personal stylists, image consultants, health coaches, product curators, and even business strategists. They learn from your data, your habits, and your goals, and offer personalized suggestions based on that. The most interesting thing is that this model can be used by digital entrepreneurs to create your own custom AI assistants. Imagine selling a style consultancy where the client answers a questionnaire and automatically receives suggestions created by an AI trained with your method. Or an automated coaching service based on your techniques, available 24 hours a day. This type of innovation allows transformed knowledge into product and service into scale without losing the human touch. The woman who understands this movement early will be at the forefront, creating unique and highly valued solutions. Now that you know these 5 trends, you might be wondering, but where do I start? The answer is simple. You start with the first step. You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need to be an expert in technology. What you need is to allow yourself to learn, test, and apply. Each of these tools was created to be used by everyday people. And the sooner you start, the more advantage you will have. These trends are not just technical. They represent a new way of working, communicating, undertaking. And in this new world, those who lead are those who adapt. It's whoever has the courage to try something new. It's who sees change as an opportunity, not a threat. In the next block of this video, we'll talk about why you need to act now, before these opportunities disappear. Because what still seems optional today will soon be mandatory, and whoever is prepared will reap the rewards. Anyone who isn't there may be left behind. These technologies are evolving at a frightening speed. What seemed like innovation 6 months ago has now become standard. What seemed impossible last year is now accessible with a few clicks. And as you watch this video, companies around the world are making decisions that will redefine the job market for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And here's the key point. Companies are not waiting for everyone to prepare. They are taking action now. They are hiring professionals who already understand artificial intelligence, who know how to use the tools, who show mastery over the new scenario. And most importantly, they are promoting these people quickly. Today, mastering AI is no longer a differentiator and has started to become a selection criterion. Knowing how to use automation, understanding how generative tools work, applying AI-based productivity solutions, all of this is being valued behind the scenes at companies. And those who don't follow this movement are, without even realizing it, being left behind. Maybe you're still thinking, but do I really need to learn this now? Can I wait a little longer, see how the market behaves, organize myself more calmly? The answer is no. Whoever starts now will lead. Whoever waits will chase it. That's the truth. And that goes for any area. Because it's not just about learning a new tool. It's about changing the way you position yourself professionally. It's about guaranteeing space in a market that is reorganizing itself, and that, in a short time, will no longer have room for those who insist on working like they used to. Imagine 2 years from now. Companies will already have their flows automated, their teams trained, their digital leaders defined. Whoever is entering at this time will have to compete for space with people who are much more prepared. You will have to make up for lost time while other people are already creating products, leading projects, and gaining authority. And what is more serious, not all old positions will exist from now on. AI isn't just replacing people, it's eliminating entire functions. In many cases, when automation arrives, there's no more replacement space. Either you learn something new and reposition yourself, or you watch the door close. This is why waiting is a risk. It's a dangerous bet. and a bet that many women, unfortunately, are still making. The most common argument is, "I don't have time right now. I'm too busy. I need to take care of other things first." But here's the thing, you'll never have time to spare. Life is always full. The difference is who gets it put the future as a priority today. It's not about learning everything at once. It's about starting with what's within your reach. A tool, a concept, a small new habit, a class, a test. What matters is starting the movement, because every step you take now is an advantage you will gain later. Meanwhile, there are women like you who have already started. They are already studying. They are already applying. They are already teaching other people. They are already being hired. They are already generating income. The difference between you and them, most of the time, it is not technical knowledge. It's a decision. It's action. And the longer you postpone this decision, the greater the effort will be to reach those who are already on the journey. Another factor that many women ignore is that today's opportunities, they won't last forever. The market is in the construction phase. There is still room for pioneers. There is still demand for those who want to learn. There is still value in those who show attitude, even without knowing everything. But this phase will pass. Very soon, these skills will no longer be seen as differentials and will start to be considered basic. And when that happens, no one else will reward you for starting out. Right now, there are positions being opened specifically for people who are proficient in AI tools. There are acceleration, training, and consultancy programs being offered only to those who have this new mentality. There are mentorships, partnerships, collaborations, and leadership opportunities being targeted at women who have decided to get ahead. And you need to understand that this is a rare moment, because big transformations like this don't happen all the time. We are living a transition of era, and in moments like this, the paths open for those who have the courage to move before the majority. History shows this. Every time the world has gone through a revolution, be it industrial, digital, technological, the people who took the lead were the ones who reaped the most results. They were the ones who built authority, those who created trends, those who were remembered as leaders. You may be one of those people, and the best part is that you don't have to do it alone. Today, there are communities, courses, content, tools, and platforms created exactly for women like you who want to grow, but still don't know where to start. You don't need to be ready. You just need to be willing. Willing to say yes to something new. Willing to break out of inertia. Willing to learn. Willing to discover, in practice, how artificial intelligence can be your ally and not your enemy. What's at stake here isn't just your current job. It's your future, your freedom, your independence, your ability to reinvent yourself in a world that won't slow down for anyone. The next leaders in this market are being formed now. The next digital experts, references, entrepreneurs, and educators are starting today. And the only real difference between who will lead and who will wait is attitude. So ask yourself now, do you want to be remembered as someone who reacted to change too late? Or as a woman who saw the opportunity at the right time and had the courage to act? Because that's what it's all about. And that's exactly what you can decide right now. Your choice today will determine the place you will occupy tomorrow. Now that you know these 5 powerful trends in artificial intelligence, it's time to pause and reflect. Because, at the end of the day, the most important thing here is not just what you learned, but what are you going to do with this information? The question I want to ask you is simple. Which of these trends scared you the most? And which one are you most eager to learn how to use? It may seem like a common question, but your answer says a lot about the moment you are living in your professional journey. It shows whether you are in the defense phase, trying to protect what you have already built, or if you are in the expansion phase, seeking to grow, reinvent yourself, and explore new possibilities. And I really want to know. Tell me here in the comments. Your opinion is important, and you can help other women who may have the same doubts, the same fears, and the same dreams. This channel is a safe space for real conversations about technology, the future, careers, and transformation. Here, you don't need to have all the answers. Just be willing to ask the right questions and walk along. And if you've made it this far, it already shows that you're committed to your future, that you no longer want to live in automatic mode, depending on luck or waiting for the market to change on its own. You are here because you know the need to prepare, and that, in itself, already puts you ahead of a lot of people. But this is just the beginning. If you want to know how to choose a safe and AI-proof career, a career that will continue to grow, even with all these changes, then the next step is to watch the video below. In it, I show the professions with the greatest potential for stability and growth in the coming years, especially for women. This video can be the map of your turn, the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. So don't waste time. Click and watch now. And before you leave, don't forget to comment on which of the 5 trends touched you the most and why. I will read and respond to the comments myself, because your story matters too. The revolution has already begun, and now the choice is in your hands.